Welcome back to my channel. I'm Jehan, and today I'm going to show you how to make the best oven fried chicken. Now the first step is to make our spice mix. We're going to do this by combining granulated garlic, onion powder, paprika, cayenne pepper, black pepper, parsley, and salt. So we're going to use this spice mix two ways. First, we're going to use it to season the chicken, and then we're going to use the additional spices in the flour in which we're going to dredge the chicken with. Just give it a good mix to make sure that everything is just stirred together and the spices are evenly distributed. So the next step is to season the chicken. And to prepare the chicken for this step, I've washed it, I've cleaned it, and I've also removed the excess moisture by patting it on both sides with a paper towel. Now flip the chicken and season the other side as well. The link to the recipe is below in the description box, so please be sure to check that out. And while you're down there, please click the subscribe button. I like to get near with my hands and just rub it down just to make sure that the spices are nicely distributed. Now let's set that aside. So the next thing is to add the remaining of the spices to the flour and mix it all together. To prepare the pan, I am going to give it a nice spray and make sure to cover it completely with canola cooking spray. Now this step is what makes the bottom of the chicken crispy. Next, we're going to coat the chicken in that flour that we'd seasoned previously. And you want to make sure it's completely coated, but we're going to shake off the excess flour to make sure it's a thin coat. Once we've done that, we're going to dip it in milk. Yes, just plain milk. And then we're going to dip it back into the flour. Once we dip it in the milk, we want to make sure that the entire chicken is coated in milk. And just let the excess drip off and then place it back into the flour. Make sure to shake off any excess flour because we just want to create a nice thin coating. Remember, we're not frying this the traditional way, so I think it's important not to have a super thick crust or else it's not going to be crispy once it bakes. Once you're finished with all the chicken, we're going to place it on that pan. And we're going to give it a good spray on the outside, making sure to cover it entirely. We don't want any dry flour spots to remain. This is important because remember, we're essentially frying the chicken without really frying it. Once the chicken is nicely coated with the spray, we're going to place it into a preheated oven and bake it for about 40 minutes. And that is it. Just that simple, and I promise you this is going to be some of the best oven fried chicken that you had. The crust is very thin and crispy, and it's very juicy on the inside. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please be sure to click the subscribe button, and don't forget the link to this recipe is in the description box.